Hello everyone, this is Migo Hunter, and today we have a Chimera Bash Round 2 match between SnowCatsune and pwnbyplywood. This is, right now, we have the first matchup appears to be SnowCatsune on the Hazama and pwnbyplywood on the Beheaded. I don't think I've seen him play Beheaded before. Hazama is a tricky mid-range brawler with a lot of annoying effects and has mix-ups with Ouroboros. Somewhat force heavy, but has a lot of ways to mitigate it. And Beheaded is like a Shoto-esque character that can it's like a leftover of season 2 because he has traits which give him permanent bonuses. Sadly, Beheaded has to actually work for these traits and actually has to land hits, unlike season 2. So he cannot just simply EX transform and get them for free. But that's the thing of the past. Yeah, what you need to know is that Beheaded is somewhat kind of an escalation character. An escalation character that has Shoto tools. And it'll be interesting to see how this matchup turns out. I don't think I've seen this. Hasima versus Beheaded. I don't think I've ever seen this matchup in tournaments. Maybe in casuals I've seen it, but I don't know in tournaments. But in theory, I think Hazama should be able to bully Beheaded around until Beheaded gets his traits online. Once Beheaded gets his traits online and gets +1 power, +1 speed, then he can do stuff. But before that, he has to work for some hits. But at least he has a Beheaded does have a fast dive, which is helpful against Hazama. Hazama doesn't have any projectile to speak of except for Venom Sword. And yeah, Hazama will pretty much outstat Beheaded until Beheaded gets the right traits going. All right, it looks like SnowCatsune starts first. pwnbyplywood going second. Hmm. Yeah, it is possible. I don't know. I feel like it's possible for Hazama to be able to run over Beheaded before he gets going. But it depends how much card acceleration Hazama gets. Like if he gets check out my snake to draw 3 and strike, he can honestly just keep striking a lot. And if he wins Buster Strikes cleanly, then Beheaded will be hard pressed to have a comeback here. So Hazama will have the advantage early game for sure, and then Beheaded will make up for it later once he gets traits online. All right. So wouldn't be surprised to see Hazama preps turn 1. Hazama pretty force hungry. So my one card's right away. Hazama initiating a strike here would be risky against the fast dive, but you never know. Oh, okay. Immediate Ouroboros turn 1. And a strike. Most likely just smashing Falling Fang. Falling Fang is such a free 2-3-3-6 push 1 gain advantage. Just such a very safe and easy card to gain advantage, even though it does cost a force. So this is I wouldn't be surprised if it was Falling Fang turn 1 just to gain gauge. Unless Hazama wants to be tricky. Could also be Hungry Coils as well. Hungry Coils doesn't cost a force and is on curve and helps gain an advantage. But Falling Fang, you can't cross out of it, so Falling Fang is the safer bet if you want to hit. But yeah, there pretty much has no tools to defend against Falling Fang. Alright, then just block. Alright. Oh, we see a focus played by Beheaded, and Hungry Coils actually is going to work out really well for Hazama because He's going to gain advantage, and the pool doesn't screw him over. Discards an infantry bow, will gain advantage. And Beheaded does draw a card at least. And then just preps. Alright. Successful turn 1 from Hazuma. Only does 1 damage, but gets to Gauge. Hazuma loves Gauge because when he has Gauge, his Overdrive comes into effect. His Overdrive gains him 1 life and drains the opponent 1 life every turn, in addition to having or sending 2 Ouroboros at once at range 0 to 2. So like really good. And not only is his Overdrive good, his Ultras are nasty. Eternal Coils, expensive but extremely safe. 2436. And Serpent's Infernal Rapture 178 stat line is very gross and better than Ryu's Ultra. I will always say that because Ryu's Ultra is conditional, 8 speed, while this one is just straight up 8 speed. So yeah, Ozma has good Ultras. Good Ultras and a strong Overdrive. He's going to be happy building any form of Gauge. We see Beheaded boost defend here, maybe telegraphing that he has a dive attack or an assault. Defend a very good boost to let mid speeds just not get stunned out and land. Maybe even setting up for an assault shield. Assault shield will gain plus 3 power with a defend boost up because his total guard is 5. Alright, looks like Hazman does spend across. And Ouroboros to strike. Whether he's mixing it up, we're not sure. This Hazma aggressively using his Ouroboros. Oh, and this will be unfortunately very costly for Hazama. Plays a Devouring Fang to try and negate the defense armor boost and gets punished heavily because Beheaded played a 5 speed. Very rough turn for Hazma here. Spends 2 force for it because Devouring Fang is a 4 special. Cheeky play. I'm not against it, but the problem is Beheaded does have quite a few 5 speeds to worry about. Dive attack, wrenching whip, even just regular assault. So Devouring Fang, a costly play. That was a bit risky. He had a boosting plus 2 speed. Of course, at range 3. Very good. Alright, Cerberus Redemption. Force cost reduced by 1 and advances 2 into Beheaded's face. A good decision here because speed at range 1 tends to not matter unless the character has a range 1 spike. I mean, it does matter, but speed boosts are drastically reduced. I mean, speed boosts are drastically less effective at range 1 compared to mid-range. Where mid-range you can threaten dive, you can threaten spike. And of course, with this free force cost, it means that Hazma can use Ouroboros for free next turn if Beheaded does not strike. Or alternatively, he could play 4 specials on defense, and they're also free. So Beheaded encouraged to strike here if he doesn't want Hazma to get a free Ouroboros. His blocks are also better with Surface Redemption, notably. Gets extra free plus 2 armor. Very good boost. Hmm. Beheaded, at least, well, plus his speed is going to be very easy for him to get a second gauge here. Second gauge needed to exceed, of course. Plywood a little bit stumped here, it seems. Was set up for range 3 and now at range 1 he's not sure what to do. Okay, Beheaded initiates the strike. Wow. A risky grass response on defense gets stuffed by on-curve assaults. 147 stat line in range 1. And now Beheaded can exceed immediately. He can choose which trait to turn on and gets +1 power, +1 speed until the next combat's over. Risky grass there from SnowCatsune. If SnowCatsune had a sweep or a focus, it would probably be the best time to play it. But maybe SnowCatsune simply does not have one. Does not have a slow normal. Alright, Beheaded immediately initiating a strike here with +1 armor, +3 guard. Could this be endless? Ooh, immediate grasp here. Dealing 4 damage. Because of Beheaded's exceed, and now be able to position Hazuma where he wants. Probably very confident to initiate that grass there because Hazuma has shown that he doesn't appear to have a focus or sweep. Slow specials punish grasp heavily, of course, by outtrading it massively. Hazuma, after the nice first turn combat, can't really get going here. Has found himself in the corner. And 10 life down. Might be. Oh. Okay, is it CC? Okay. First thought I wasn't having fun yet, but it doesn't make sense to having fun yet when you have less force than the opponents. Alright, I think Beheaded just prepped. Hazman down across. If he wants to get out of the corner, he can Shadow Serpent out if he wants to, or Serpent's Redemption out. Hazma's Ouroboros much less effective when he is being cornered. See Hazma initiate a strike here. Slow a fast mix-up, he has to call it. If Beheaded does play Assault Shield in response, a second Devouring Fang risk popping, risk stunning that card because Assault Shield only has 5 guard. 4 guard, rather. Survival only gives +1 armor, +2 guard, right? Second Devouring Fang would be very cheeky though. I don't know if SnowCatsune would go for that. Or whether SnowCatsune has that card. Beheaded is down 1 sweep. Could have definitely have focus, but focus again loses to Devouring Fang if he's fearing it. A lot of hesitation from pwnbyplywood. Not sure. Osman doesn't have much. He does have to call out the mix-up though, whether it's a fast, slow, or even a mid-speed. Okay, it is the Rising Fang. Rising Fang costs 1 force and but Hazma gets 4 armors as he initiates, and then pushes 1. He decides to just take the 2. Doesn't want to spend any force and immediately exceeds. So yep, Beheaded just doing Beheaded things. Brutality or Tactics? Tactics here not very relevant at range 2, unless he has Wave of Denial. He decides to go for Tactics though. Maybe will establish range later. I only say Tactics is relevant here if he has Wave of Denial because Wave of Denial becomes a DP shape, becomes 1 to 2, 2, 7 with Tactics up. Otherwise, in range 2, his specials still do the same thing, pretty much. Especially in this board position. Biet is still in the driver's seat with 2 traits early. 2 traits early and a life lead. Azuma needs a couple of good combats to turn it around. Okay, just decides to prep. Needs more cards. Hazma is bad on defense, notably, without unless he has Falling Fang at range 3. So Hazma does have a lot of 4 specials he can invalidate, but overall his defense is pretty crappy. Especially because of Beheaded with +1 power, +1 speed, and those stats. Beheaded, full 7 cards in hand, but doesn't know what to do here. Maybe we'll decide to boost power to gain more value, or simply just initiate a strike like an assault would be on curve on range 2. surely he has some sort of idea what to play after he exceeds. I think as good beheaded play is having some sort of plan to take advantage of +1 power, +1 speed when you exceed. So this pawn by ply would have such a plan to take advantage of his stats. Okay, finally we see a strike here. Could even be a sweep. Oh, it's a dive attack. I see. Interesting. Dive attack not gonna it's gonna give him the gauge, but not a good trade against focus. Well, actually a decent trade against focus because he has 1 armor. Well, so not too bad for beheaded there. But Hazama does get a gauge and a card as well. And his exceed mode is gone for now. Tactics is not going to come into play here at range 1, obviously. Dexter range doesn't matter. Beheaded looks like he's going to boost right now. Maybe to get out of corner. As good as Falling Fang and Shadow Server is not bad here. To just advance out of the corner and then draw to 7. Beheaded so far has not shown a reading though. Has not shown a focus. So having a lot of cards could be dangerous. Of course, reading a very powerful tool to mount comebacks or just even to just solidify a lead even further. If you have normals left and you are going through your deck and have a big hand, then you are vulnerable reading targets. Oh, Serpent's Benediction. Force costs are reduced by 1. And will SnowCatsune strike? If SnowCatsune strikes right now, they get a chance to put down an Ouroboros for free. Alright. Beata has set his card. Azuma can immediately take advantage of range 1 or 2 and strike with a force special for free. Since Beheaded has set his card, it doesn't matter. SnowCatsune does not have to keep Ouroboros hidden. SnowCatsune can just simply move 1 uh, and then play a card. So taking advantage of range 2, is it going to be Spike? Maybe? Oh, it is the second Devouring Fang. Tricky. So it's going to deal 6 and stun, and it's also a free force special. Nicely played there. And Hazama has 4 gauge, so he can overdrive if he so wishes. Very nice turn for him. Of course, Beheaded could have called out the Devouring Fang if he played something faster, but he did not. Okay, you see Beheaded just prep. Beheaded still has a life lead, but just by 1. I think all it takes is 1 big combat like that for Hazama to come back, I think. He can overdrive to gain a life lead if he wishes, or save the gauge for overdrive. I mean, for ultras. Though I don't think Eternal Coils is very good in this situation here because Beheaded has Wave of Denial online. If Hazama overdrives, not only will he gain an 8 HP life swing because he gains 1 HP and Beheaded lose 1 every turn, he'll also get better Ouroboros, though it still costs 1 force. Ooh, we see a strike here? Oh, and we see him mousing over an EX. EX Cross or EX Wave? EX Wave, huh? Okay. Should EX Wave will do actually will do 5 damage. Forgot he's at Edge Arena. And cost Beheaded a gauge, but managed to yeah, got what he wanted. I think the EX was a bit excessive because there's no way Hazama's gonna outspeed 1 to 2 5/8s. But hey, I think it would be better for pwnbyplywood to just to keep 1 Wave of Denial in hand. Hazama initiating a dive was interesting. Tried to bait out a slow and get out of the corner, but did not happen. Okay, he had to place Tornado, +1 speed, retreats 1, gaining him all the range and speed he wants. He can play Wolf Daggers on Twin Daggers in defense for 1 to 3/6. However, Hazama does have Falling Fang. Just preps though because Hazama's low on cards. Again, we haven't seen the reading yet, so that's a bit worrying. Haven't seen the reading from Beheaded rather. If Beheaded initiates here, he has access to the Rain Stream mix-up with +1 speed. Okay, we see Beheaded initiate a strike. An EX? Could this be EX Ultra? It's EX Spike. Oh. Actually will work against the Wrenching Whip. Wrenching Whip, push or pull 1, but will not stun Spike. Beheaded should take 6, not 3. There we go. Yep. 18 HP now it's down to 12. And Hazama only takes 2 damage from the exchange. Bold EX Spike on defense there, but it paid off. EX Spike's risky, especially against if he had to choose the Spike. 4-speed Spike will beat EX Spike. Hazama just continuing to prep here. Beheaded immediately flips. We see pwnbyplywood immediately flip whenever he gets 2 gauge, which I don't know if that's good or bad. Usually, I've seen tips before where beheaded players usually like to save 1 gauge. So they usually wait until 3 gauge before they flip because once they get hit in from exceed mode, then they can immediately flip again, so they don't lose tempo. Like an example would be like beheaded at 3 gauge, exceeds to and has 1 gauge left over, Beheaded gets a hit in, gets 2 gauge, and then immediately flips because he has two. Of course, I guess this is his final. This is his final trait since he has all three, so it matters less. Beheaded can still flip even when he has all traits up though, just to get +1 power, +1 speed. You could see Hazama initiate a strike here, maybe Falling Fang or even an Eternal Coils. +1 speed, +1 power, +1 speed doesn't really matter a lot when Hazama is at his preferred range of 3. Hazama has this way and this way to beat the speed curve. Alright, what will Beheaded respond with? Assault Shield maybe? Tries in vain to respond with Twin Daggers, but no. Gets beat up by the Falling Fang. Wait, oh! Twin Daggers works! I'm stupid. Wait, you gotta spend a force for that. Yeah, Twin Daggers is a 7 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because, yes, I am so wrong. I forgot that Twin Daggers becomes 7 speed when Beheaded succeeded. Good character, good character. Beheaded should flip back to the front. There we go. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 would beat out anything Hasuma would play, so. Rough exchange there. If SnowCatsune EX though, then SnowCatsune will be fine. Just have an EX Falling Fang or EX Eternal Coils. Hasuma down to 4 HP. Sitting on 5 gauge, hopefully does not go to waste. Notably, Beheaded could initiate a second Twin Daggers here for a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 7, 6. That would be nasty. Oh, I think Hazama. Did Hazama take 6 damage last turn? Actually, do I need to check the tapes for that? Okay, never mind. Okay. Okay. Alright. Looks now is correct, I think. Hazama was at 9. Yeah, that looks correct. Because that Twin Daggers is 3 plus 2 plus 1 for Behead to succeed. Wow, we see a mass change cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to draw 6. I think it makes sense. I agree with that. Well, Hazama could pull. No, EX Dive, while cheeky, would not be good enough if Hazama has Eternal Coils or Falling Fang on defense. So Beheaded digging for better answers, digging for second Twin Daggers or reading. Still have not seen a focus from Beheaded yet, so could even play Assault Shield. Actually, Hazama could probably spend enough force to stun Assault Shield, so maybe not. Can he? No, I don't think he can actually. Assault Shield has 4 guard, 3 armor. Yeah, focus defenses. And Eternal Coils will only do like 7 or something after Hazama spends gauge. Ooh, Hazama down both readings. I just realized. Hazama spent the focus as force, so doesn't have access to reading until next reshuffle. Beheaded choosing to reshuffle. Maybe a bit slow tempo. Not sure what Beheaded is reshuffling for in particular. Maybe he wants Wave of Denials back, or not sure why he reshuffled there. Hazama initiating EX. Could be EX, EX Eternal Coils, or maybe EX Assault, maybe? I think maybe a few EXs are actually available here. I don't know if we've seen a dive either. Maybe we have. An EX Eternal Coils would be funny. 2 to 4, 4, 7, that can be increased to 9 damage. But would cost Hazama pretty much all his resources if he chose to play that. There's not many EXs it could be. Maybe like 2 possible EXs, so Beheaded should play accordingly. If Beheaded has a block, you could just play that. Block is totally safe. No spike to speak of. Mashing block does seem like a, a totally fine play here. Double checking, triple checking the discard. Just block if you have it, and then you'll be fine. Oh, plays the sweep. Oh, Ozma's dead. That's GG. Wow, nice call out there. I guess EX Assault. Want to EX Assault into EX Infernal Rapture. Ah, had the sequence. I don't think have we actually. Oh, it cannot be Eternal Coils. SnowCatsune did change cards earlier with that Ultra, so discarded it to draw 3 cards. So that was off the table. Okay, so I guess EX Assault was really the only thing Kazuma had. So therefore, just sweep, or even Assault Shoe would have done the job. And that's GG. Game 1 goes to. Oh, it could be EX Venom Sword, could it? No, it cannot. But yeah, game 1 goes to pwnbyplywood. The Beheaded retires, and Hazama is defeated. Oh, it could have been EX Sweep, huh? It could have been. EX Sweep would have been pretty bold from Hazama, but maybe in that situation, a desperate EX Sweep was the trick. I wonder what Beheaded was reshuffling for, to be honest. I felt like Beheaded had everything he needed in his deck. Unless he really wanted Wave of Denial again, but I don't know why he chose to reshuffle. I don't know his hand, but I felt like had all the options available. Okay, so no more beheaded left. So what's left in Poma Plywood's team? And Bison, Gordeau, and Noel are left for Poma Plywood. And SnowCatsune has access to their whole team. Cammy, Poland, and Hazama Phonon. We did see SnowCatsune use Phonon to great success. Wonder if they will play the Phonon again. Phonon will do Phonon will not do so hard into Null, but could do fine against Gordo and Bison. Well, looks like I was using the restroom, so I will go and get dinner. Perfect timing. Oh snap! We see Gordo. Fucking love that character. Poma Plywood bring out the Gordo. Never played, never seen him play Gordo yet. And Snowcat back to the phone on. Phone on, I think a good choice. Phone on, how does the matchup go? This matchup is interesting. I actually never played it. But in theory, Gordo should just brawl in mid-range or melee against Phonon, and then he can play stuff like Precise Aim and Mortal Glide to beat out nasty sweeps from Phonon. And don't let Phonon zone you, because if Phonon zones you, Phonon can just attack on a bunch of power and actually crush his slow fireballs. I think her fireballs with +2 power, like Impulsive Frustration, Sliding Affliction, will break Gordo's guard. So yeah, if Gordo, it's a very dangerous matchup for Gordo though, because if Gordo calls out wrong, he can eat a lot of damage. And Gordo is low damage. He's like more attrition. He discards a bunch of cards from the opponent when he initiates strikes. And his Exceed mode allows him to capitalize and spend force to drain the opponent of cards. But he starts out pretty weak, his damage low, so needs resources to function. He does have decent payouts, ultras with Turbulence, and Soul Exodus can gain him a very nasty lead if he lands it. But Gordo starts out weak and low damage. Opposed to Phonon, which does start out pretty strong right out the gate with +2 power. Phonon gets to go first as well, so SnowCatsune choosing well. Phonon turn 1 is very dangerous with +2 power immediately unlocked for her. And so Phonon gets access to like a lot of her specials. Gordo has a unique tool to dodge Phonon's projectiles though, and that is Mortal Glide. If you choose to do so, Mortal Glide has 6 speed and advance 5, so Could dodge a Phonon special. Of course, Phonon initiating turn 1 with +2 power. Gordeau can Mortal Glide, block, focus the response. Choose block. Alright. It's going to be taking 5 damage right now, 5 minus 2 armor, and we'll get pushed 2. The good thing about Gordeau, though, is he does have good mobility. So, mobility in the form of Rusty Nail, in the form of Air Dash, Respect. So, it's not like he has too much trouble getting back in. Gordeau considering to take the full 3. Depends how valuable his cards are in his hand. Okay, we see Gordeau prepping and taking the 3 damage. Could choose to strike here. Gordeau striking with his UA. Has access to all his projectiles alive. Ooh, the Mortal Glide. Mortal Slide. Will not gain him advantage because they're too far away, but he will pull 4 and discard a card. So not a bad choice for Gordeau there. Phonon will have to discard a card. I think so. I think Phonon's deciding right now. Nope. Oh, discard second block. Interesting. Okay, so Phonon does not have tech hits. That's pretty important. So Gordeau can play Devourers and Tacticals at will. And not have them techs or godlike. If Phonon chooses to strike here, she only gains +1 power, because strike did just happen. Phonon chose to prep there, because she does not gain advantage of +2 power. Notably, it telegraphs that Phonon does not have Baroque Noise, because Baroque Noise is essentially a prep action with +1 power behind it. Very good boost. Usually gets teched whenever Phonon plays it. So it seems like Phonon just regular prepping means that she does not have discard yet. Baroque Noise is a very good boost just to set up for future turns with +1 power and will gain third. And it's just like a prep with it's just like a prep with extra power to it, and it can recur as well. Very good boost and also very annoying to deal with sometimes. Good thing about Gordeau in this matchup is that he can afford to aggressively strike and drain her of cards, and Phonon will not get her +2 power bonus. And Phonon without her power bonus is terrible at close range. Terrible. Her tools do not work at close range, except for suppressive because it's a full board sweep. That's low damage. So Phonon is incentivized to cross out or get out there as soon as possible just to establish some range and then pelt Gordeau with projectiles. We see tactical from Gordeau. Plus one speed, now advance retreat one. So Gordeau, with plus one speed at range one, is telegraphing that he's setting up for a mortal glide here. On curve, gain advantage after advance five, and discards a card if Gordeau initiates. So very good boost with tactical. Photon melee strike plus two power. Probably a normal of some kind. Has to guess whether it's a fast or slow normal. Wait, if SnowCatsune plays a grass to guess out to suss out Mortal Glide, would be a huge win for her. But will she make the right call? If she plays a slow, run the risk of being glided out. Oh, baits out the grass with the focus. Grass will still do at least still does 3 damage, but Gordeau successfully baited that grasp out there. Well done. Gets a slightly favorable trade and gets a card. All right, we see a stature come up from Gordeau at range 1. See a handful of normals and an ultra. Gordeau chooses to discard the ultra and draws 2. I think the normals we see in hand are sweep, spike, dive, and focus. So they all lose to Mortal Glide, so maybe he doesn't care that she has an 8 power sweep. All right. It's valuable hand info to be gained there. Notably, Phonon does have one tool. I was about to say Phonon does has one tool to catch Mortal Glide, and that's Suppressive Restriction. It's because he hits full board and has 6 guard. So Gordeau can't Mortal Glide safely because Suppressive Restriction does catch him. Gains her some cards, even though it's low damage, and positioning. Alright, we see Phonon CC away all her normals. Her whole hand, rather. So now her hand is unknown. Good thing to get rid of, good thing Phonon with less focuses or sweeps will make Gordo happy though, because sweeps, well, especially sweep for Phonon. Initiating sweeps with Phonon is disgusting, but she has no plus power. So with those gone, he'll be happy. If Gordo feels confident that she does not have second grasp, might initiate a Mortal Glide here. I would not be opposed to that play. It's not likely for her to draw the second grasp, though it is possible. Gordo has a full hand here, should surely strike here. He wants to take advantage of his UA and also make Phonon's UA weaker simultaneously. Is he EXing? See EX coming from Gordeau. Could be EX a lot of things actually. Could be actually it could be EX Mortal Glide, it could be EX Sweep. I was about to say EX Precise Aim, but I realized that he played as tactical, so most likely just EX Mortal Glide, if I were to guess. EX Sweep would be backbreaking, but yeah. Okay, so just wants to be safe against Second Grasp, plays EX Mortal Glide. Will deal 4, discard a card from Phonon, and he'll gain advantage. If he was a little bit greedy here, he could have maybe got away with one Mortal Glide. Wait. Does Phonon wait? Phonon hasn't discarded a card yet. What? No Gordeau UA? Okay. Well, I guess looks like Gordeau took advantage and did not use Gordeau UA. So the time has passed. Oh, okay, looks like okay. And then with his advantage chose to boost Superior. Okay. So Superior up makes stuff like Rusty Nail, and his other two fireballs actually are pretty good on defense. If Pwnbyplywood wanted to, he could have, if he had a Grim Reaper, if he had a Grim Reaper or Mortal Glide, I mean, Grim Reaper or Mortal Slide, he could have just UA'd again and try to gain advantage. There's not much counterplay Phonon could do except play a sweep or a cross. But cross does not beat Mortal Glide. I mean, cross does not beat Mortal Slide because it's 4 to 8. So Gordeau choosing to boost Superior instead of mashing a fireball does seem weird to me. But maybe he does not have Grim Reaper Immortal Slide. Maybe he just has Rusty Nail. Photon chooses to prep there. So now Gordo has a turn where he can initiate a strike and potentially gain advantage with extra stats from Superior. Not much Photon can do. Maybe she can either sweep or Binding Beatitude on defense. Binding Beatitude can trade with Grim Reaper, but Mortal Slide does make this Ultra miss. Binding Beatitude actually does not have any range whatsoever if she doesn't have bonus power. Only range 3, only range 3 strictly. She has no bonus power. Interesting. Gordo prepping. I guess the Superior shows that it's signaling that Gordeau does not have the right tools in hand to properly advantage chain. So just preps looking for his fireballs. Oh, you see Phonon initiate strike at +2 power. Spite of superior. Could be if I were to guess it could be wait, you have oh, don't play the EX, you have superior! Well, I can't you sure you wanna do Poma Plywood? You sure you wanna do that? I mean it's technically not illegal. You just waste the EX. No. Right. Well, looks like you didn't know. You definitely cannot double EX. That would be silly. If I were to guess, Phonon probably just initiated suppressive restriction. 6 guard, 3 power, full board. We'll push a pull, draw 2. That's pretty good. And we'll also beat out Gordeau trying to just drag her in with a fireball. Gordeau thinking an awful lot, even though he boosted superior. Surely you're not worried about. You have to consider what fireballs to worry about. And Phonon's fireballs are like mid-speed or slow, except for tuning satisfaction and guidance of ascension. Guidance ascension is not a fireball. It's more like a funny 6-speed shape. All right. Yep, there we go. Suppressive restriction. We'll trade quite well. Phonon will take 5, and then Gordeau will take 2. But Gordeau takes 2 damage. It's 1 armor. And then Phonon will push or pull and do rage that she wants and draw 2. Gordeau takes 2. There we go. Don't forget. Wait, what? Why did Phonon draw 2? Oh, never mind. Oh, the after. I'm so stupid. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I realized before my own stupidity kicked in. I thought like SnowCatsune thought they gained advantage and just prepped, but no, it's just suppressive restriction, drawing 2. It's a pretty good card. The damage on it is doesn't really matter when you have such utility. And full board range with 6 guard. Phonon taking range 4. Interesting. She could be threatening stuff like tuning satisfaction, above curve at range 4. Gordeau can play a Mortal Slide here to gain advantage, discard, and beat out suppressive restriction. I mean tuning satisfaction. Gordeau is sitting on a bunch of gauge, but Phonon's sitting on a bunch of gauge as well, and cards. So Gordeau will probably not exceed here. Succeeding is only good for Gordeau if you can basically destroy the opponent's options and resources. It is much less good. His Exceed mode is much less good if the opponent basically has the same amount of resources as you. Gordeau can pretty much safely initiate with his guarded fireballs because there's not much Phonon can do about them. His guarded fireballs are only bad on defense because Phonon can easily pop his guard. We did see an EX Grim Reaper come out potentially. He did. I think he telegraphed he has like a copy of Grim Reaper. Yeah, it had to be. No way was he EXing Rusty Nail. That would be excessive. Gordo with the life lead here, pretty good, but has to find a good way to close out the game. Turbulence is notably live, but Turbulence will not gain the bonus speed on offense. Gordo's stumped here. Maybe a mix up in the range tree and strike would also be good. I mean, maybe you could see that. Range tree play Soul Exodus, or Spike, or Assault, or Dive. Range tree mix up. Though Phonon at this point could have EX Tuning Satisfaction to throw a wrench into his plans. Tuning Satisfaction, when EX'd at 6 speed, push 1 will be pretty safe. Plus 3 armor strike. Ah, could this be a dive? Plus 3 armor strike now dive. Would defend against tuning satisfaction. I do like that play. This is in all likelihood a dive. Just to get in and not be stunned out by tuning. I like that play. Just defensive, definitely an underrated boost. It's not as good as dive, but plus 3 armor is plus 3 armor. What can I say? Phonon, if she thinks it's a dive, can just cross out or even assault to make the dive miss. Uh oh. Well, the assault works against dive, but I did not expect it to be a Grim Reaper. Um, plus 3 armor Grim Reaper does not really. I guess was he worried about? Was he worried? He could be worried about her dive. Could be worried about her dive. Could be worried about EX complete servitude on defense. Would be funny. That would be 3 to 4, 5, 5. Yeah, I don't like the plus 3 armor anymore. Unless it was on dive. But plus 3 armor Grim Reaper does not really defend against much. Well, in any case, at least Gordeau struck. So Phonon only gets plus 1 power if she uses her UA. Baroque Noise, there we go. Good boost. We'll prep essentially and gain +1 power. +1 power will help her on defense as well as offense. Um, Notably, Guidance Ascension is 226 on defense. Oh, Gordeau prepping. This could be dangerous. So Forlorn has +3 power if she chooses to initiate. And probably is crossing out. Cheating Satisfaction would be a bit frisky, but totally possible if she wants to gain advantage. I foresee this to just be a cross, though. She has the long side of the board. She can make as much space as she wants. This is not a Guidance Ascension because Guidance Ascension would not hit. Guidance Ascension would be 446 right now. Yeah, another reason why I would have been fine with dive, +3 armor dive early was if Forlorn assaulted in, then Gordeau would take center board, which is better for Gordeau. Okay, Gordeau. Oh my. Played a sweep there. Huh, not afraid of Fonon's cross. There would be a 7 damage focus though. Pretty substantial. Wait, yeah, that sweep was super risky. Wow. Sweeping into essentially +3 power when there's a high probability it's a cross. Wow, that's really risky for him to do. But does not get stunned out, so he got away with that sweep. Uh, I will check. I think he took 3, 6, 8, and 7. All right, and I think the Baroque Noise did return to her hand. Should be. There's almost no reason not to return it. So yeah, Gordeau exceeding. That's interesting. Gordeau exceeding without a Veil Off either. So he can make Phonon discard 5 force right now. However, Phonon does have a lot of force to spend. So not a big deal for her. Maybe can even toss away Gauge if she does not value it. Also gives Phonon a +2 power turn to strike right now if she so wishes. I still can't believe he decided to sweep it to +3 power Phonon. Man. I guess it would be impulsive frustration. I mean, it would be tuning satisfaction if it was. But it's so risky. It's just so risky. Like, if Phonon played her second sweep, his poor life would be destroyed. Wow. Alright, Phonon taking advantage +2 power striking. Now this has to be the cross, right? Maybe. EX? EX cross from... No, it can't be EX cross. What? An EX spike? It works out. Quarter will take 3. Phonon will take 6. Phonon will show off a second copy to gain advantage. Will not gain +2 power. Only gain +1 power now. Wow, these choices on defense are actually working. I did not expect that. Like EX Spike, yeah, I guess EX Spike is fine. 6 defenses, beats slows. It just, doesn't. I'm surprised we haven't seen Phonon cross out yet. Maybe she just doesn't have cross. Spends 2 force from her gauge to move to range 4. And since Gordeau did successfully land a hit, he now has 6 gauge to play with. So, can choose to discard 6 force from Phonon's gauge or hand, depending on what she chooses. Well, this might actually take a while, depending if pwnbyplywood chooses to do painstakingly one by one. Oh god. Gordeau? I don't think has he played Gordeau. If Gordeau has not played a dive yet, it might be prudent for SnowCatsune to discard normals from hand to avoid being read. Okay, we do see a normal drop. Okay. Will Gordeau spend any more? Phonon does have a 3 gauge, so she could play a complete servitude on defense. Wait, no. She does not have EX complete servitude. I forget that Gordeau discarded one copy. She could play a EX binding Beautitude. 3 to 4. That also works. She still has 2 gauge. Gordeau draining Phonon's resources. Though she still has 7 cards left in total. So not too bad for her. Chooses to reshuffle. Wow. Should draw one for end of turn. Yes. So he brings back a couple of his fireballs. Mortal Glide. I think a focus. Soul Exodus is also back alive. You're not seeing a single Turbulence or Rusting Nail, so. +2 power. But now Phonon gets +2 power here at range 4. And Gordeau does not have 3 gauge, so he cannot Turbulence. Could the reshuffle cost him? Like, yeah, you see Gordeau does have a life lead. Phonon at 6 HP. But Phonon can easily close this life lead if she lands enough hits from her ultras or specials or 7 power dive. All pretty nasty. I don't know if she still has the tuning satisfaction she showed earlier. Maybe she does. Probably she does because she probably does have that tuning satisfaction because she moved to range 4. Block? Yep. Oh, it's an impulsive frustration instead. Okay. So 5 power, but Gordeau does have the block before reshuffle. So he will be able to prevent the damage if he so wishes. Thinking hard about what he wants to spend for force here. Probably wants to spend at least one. Wait, what? Wait. Because it goes to gauge at the end of the strike. So not as the hits. You can spend your sweeps and spikes. Oh, well, okay, it chooses to prevent all of it. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I was about to say you can spend your sweeps and spikes as force because they don't matter. They really don't matter because you already reshuffled, so it's not like you'll ever see them again. Now I think about it, technically he could spend the block. No. We gotta follow rules here. We follow rules here, so therefore he cannot spend the block as force. There we go. Even though it does not matter at this point because he's not gonna see these cards ever again. Those cards engage, he's not gonna see them again. Gordeau drawing two, just prepping, and Phonon has at range 5, range 4, still can continue to strike plus 2 power here. But Gordeau still on his exceed side. So if Phonon blows all her resources too early, then Gordeau can punish. So that is the threads. She would choose to, for example, play an Ultra, like Binding Beatitude, spend 2 gauge and a card from hand. It can be trouble for her, especially on defense. Phono's defense is not good. Oh, we see Phonon initiate with EX. EX tuning. Should hit for 5 damage. 5 damage tuning? Oh no. Because EX. Yeah. Does SnowCatsune have the another copy to reveal for advantage? Maybe not. Oh, I see Gordeau while swung the Mortal Glide, which did not work out, obviously. Oh, good thing it was EX then, because this Mortal Glide would have dodged it. Actually, no, it would not. It's range 1 to 4. What am I saying? But EX'd it to have 5 power so that his slow fireballs do not work. Well, even life, but Gordeau has the opportunity to make Photon spend 3 force. Probably will do so from her gauge unless she wants to play Ultras. Oh, wow, Gordeau boosting Superior. Meanwhile, Phonon chooses to reshuffle, wants to get back tuning satisfaction. Maybe her. Oh. Gordeau setting up for a Soul Exodus. Range 3 with Superior up. Hmm. Did he just get Soul Exodus? I mean, obviously, normals are just good here as well. You don't need Soul Exodus. Dive is 6 speed. However, Phonon does have +2 power right now. She can play a 3-3-6 Guidance Ascension. Would actually be pretty good. Oh, we see Mix-Up Strike. Is it Turbulence? Turbulence would make her regret that, probably. It is. Oh, well, does she die? No, she does not. At least she does not die. We'll take 7 damage by 3 armor, so she takes 4. Yep. Gordeau has to spend all his gauge. Oh, wait. The mix-up. Oh, the mix-up, Binding Beatitude was weird, actually. Because she doesn't get bonus power, so she does miss if she initiates at range 4 of it. That was weird. Uh, unless I missed something? No. No, she didn't have any bonus power because she played mix-up. So, she basically walked to range 4 and just blocked. My OCD makes me hate this brand messy discard pile. Please fix it. Anyway, back to Gordeau here. Gordeau can revert and take an action if he wants to use his UA. With Photon only at 2 HP, that was this is not good for her at all. I don't know. One block is engaged. She probably doesn't have another. Has to spend the force. Okay, spends that as force. Please group your discard, please. Alright, striking for range 3. Oh, never mind. You know what? Let's see if the game ends right here. Wait. Oh, he did SnowCatsune see it? I saw an assault. I saw an assault. SnowCatsune. Uh, just play cross here. If you Gordeau's okay, never mind. Choose the wild swing. And that will be game over. Yep. pwnbyplywood takes the set 2-0. I don't know what SnowCatsune would have played us solo. Okay, well, decided better against it. Oh my goodness, this discard pile's triggering my OCD. Why is it like scattered all over the place? It's so messy. Anyway, good job to pwnbyplywood. Takes the set 2-0. And with Gordeau, no less. I enjoy seeing Gordeau winning because I like that guy. Um, yeah, well fought from SnowCatsune as well. That was a close last game. Unfortunately, I think what did SnowCatsune do wrong? The Binding Beauty 2 that range 4 was a weird play that didn't make sense. But otherwise, I didn't really find too much glaring flaws in their play. Yeah, I think it's just Gordeau kind of just out-tempoing her, kind of. Just making her burn resources sucks. And he actually has answers to Phonon's range stuff. Yeah. I think if Gordeau didn't get too much value out of his Exceed mode, but it still was fine. Gordeau had the resources still to close out with the Turbulence. I think also, yeah, Phonon forgot about Turbulence as well. Turbulence a quite a good card on defense. But yeah, good set. GG's to both players, and thanks for watching.